Hi, I'm Tanner with Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. Today we're going over a really exciting new inventory piece. If you were down at Snow Show last weekend, we had a couple of these trailers on display. This is a 2026 Logan Coach horsepower. This is actually the Burandt Edition. So Chris Burandt and Logan Coach kind of collabed on this trailer, built it with some of his features, kind of helped him design it and stuff like that. It's a really cool setup. We're really excited to start pushing these trailers out there and videoing them pretty consistently throughout the weeks. But with this Burandt Edition, you guys get some pretty cool features on this trailer. We're gonna pop up a little graphic right here. I'm not gonna go over all of it. I'll just hit some of the big things if you guys wanna read through this. So Chris really likes his lights. So this trailer's lit up. It's got marker lights everywhere. It's got, you know, mid-level lights, high lights. You'll see that once we kind of start walking through this garage. It's got extra cabinets, extra bench. It's got a solar package is one of the main big things. It's got an inverter to run this crazy big heater we got in there to melt your guys' sleds off. Mono suit holders. It's really decked out on this trailer. A lot of lighting. We'll go over the lighting when we're inside, and you guys will really be able to tell how lit up this thing is over typical lighting in this trailer. We'll start off, this side is going to be kind of, I don't want to say a boring side, but there's not a whole lot going on this driver's side. We do have our awning type window. This is operatable from the inside, so you can awning this out and really get some fresh air in there. We got a spread axle. You can see our horsepower frame that is typical of our horsepower models. No matter if it's on this Chris Burandt Edition, the Zebras, or just our standard package, you're gonna get this tapered frame to kind of give you that off-road clearance. You're gonna get that spread axle on those Dexter rubber torsions. You'll see the new horsepower logo as well as the Chris Burandt logo on this trailer. We do have this two-tone white and gray color package. It does come in different packages. I think we have a silver and a black. I mean, we can do some cool stuff. The stickers don't have to be blue. They have reds, they have grays, they have blacks. We can kind of do whatever you guys want. But we will get into the nitty-gritty of the cool stuff in this trailer. So standard on the horsepower, you are going to get your rear ramp. We do have our caliber grips here with our covers. The thing I want to point out as we walk into this trailer, we go ahead and we throw this caliber grip over our gap right here. And if you'll notice, we do have an extra wide gap between the rear frame of the trailer and where that ramp folds down. The reason we do that is because it's going to collect a lot of snow and ice when you're loading and offloading sleds, traveling and stuff like that. They're heavy duty hinges. If you have a smaller gap there, it'll tend to freeze up and you won't be able to get your rear door open. So the bigger gap there allows you to kind of chip away at some ice and that ice to melt and move a little more freely. So when you get where you're going, or if you're moving spots, you don't have to worry about that rear door freezing shut on you and not being able to get your sleds offloaded. We'll just kind of go back to front here. In our floor drain right here, you will notice we have these hooked floor drains that will open up. That way when you're melting sleds off, everything's gonna run to the back. It can drain out while you guys are traveling, moving home. And those are plugged as well, so you can plug them up so that road debris while you're traveling is not coming up if you're worried about that. As we keep moving, we're gonna go down this passenger side. You will notice all the cabinetry here. They are gas shocked open cabinets. The cool thing about these is you're gonna be able to store whatever you want in these cabinets. You're gonna have a 2-inch lip shelf, but you will notice when Chris designed this, he went ahead and he put outlets everywhere. So we have outlets up high above our shelf you can plug stuff in. We have outlets below with our hooks. The way he was designing this when he set these up was all these outlets here below these hooks, so you can plug in avalanche bags and hang them from your hooks. You can go ahead and you can throw your avalanche bags in here, so you can set up your avalanche bags, run it through a hole if you wanted to drill a hole, have everything kind of tucked away, and plenty of power to power that stuff. Fold down work table here if you wanted to work on some stuff. I will kind of show you guys how easy everything operates. So you have your fold down work table. Next to that, we do have our fold down bench. The purpose of this bench is once you guys kind of get bundled up, getting ready to ride for the day, you're pretty heavy, pretty awkward to walk around and stuff. So it's a great place to sit while you're hanging out, maybe throwing your boots on, stuff like that. Not having to worry about, you know, stumbling around in your big mono suit or anything like that. Keep moving down. Again, another storage cabinet. And the back side of this storage cabinet is kind of our control system for this trailer. So part of that Chris Burandt Edition, you do get the upgraded deck to a touchscreen deck. You will notice there is our solar controller charger, some more outlets next to that. So we do have solar power charging these batteries constantly. This is probably my favorite feature. This is 75,000 BTU heater. We had to throw an inverter on this to be able to power this heater. But again, this heater is gonna be super powerful. You're gonna be able to, after a long day of riding, pull your sleds in here, hang your suits up in your mono suit holders, go to town. When you come back from town, eating dinner, whatever it's gonna be, your sleds are gonna be melted off, your clothes are gonna be dry. This thing is really gonna push some air through this trailer. I just recommend that if you are running it, you know, crack a window, crack a door, something like that to get that fresh air pull into this trailer, because it will exhaust the air out. It just doesn't have anywhere to pull the air in from the outside. So crack a window, get that air circulating in here, and you will have no problem heating, melting stuff off in this trailer. Behind that, we have another heater. So this is a 45,000 BTU heater. It is gonna run ducted, you can see here in this wall. It is gonna, you know, push some air in here. Not necessarily melt your sleds off as quick as the other one, but if you're just wanting to hang out in here and push some heat without having to, you know, run that massive heater, you can run that. It is also ducted here. You can see over here into our storage cabinets, our boot box. So again, this is a place you can hang up your jackets. You can put gloves in here. You can put stuff in here that you need to dry off and warm up. In the bottom of this cabinet, we do have our boot heater. So again, you can slide your boots over those little pegs. The heat is ducted into those pegs, so it will come out and thaw your boots out, heat your boots up from the inside of your boots. So it's a great system we put on here. So we have those two big heaters. The corner over here, we do have our inverter to invert that power for that massive heater in here. Below that, we do have our battery disconnect switch. You can kill all the power to this trailer. If you leave a light on, you leave a porch light on, you leave anything on, you leave an avalanche flag plugged in and it keeps draining overnight, you won't have to come out to dead batteries. The cool thing is it's gonna take a lot of power drain to outbeat that solar to kill your battery. So you don't really have to worry about this so much with the solar unless you have, you know, absolutely everything on in the trailer. We throw it on there for you guys just in case though. Inside there, we do have our setup for our batteries. They're interstate marine grade batteries, just kind of positioned here. So everything's kind of got a place and organized. Above that is our fuse panel for this trailer. So if you have, you know, anything blown, break or trip, anything like that, easily located right here at the nose. You do have a speaker system. I showed you guys the touchscreen deck for that. You have speakers located throughout this trailer. You have a sub mounted back there. So really cool speaker system while you guys are, you know, hanging out, jamming some tunes, getting ready to take off for the day. Side ramp. We'll talk about this a little more as we come around. You guys get a little better view of it. Same concept as the rear ramp. Bigger gaps so snow doesn't get, you know, filled up in there, freezing your door shut. We have heavy duty weather stripping on the outside. Big concern to some customers is that when they're traveling and they do have a side ramp on not just this trailer, but any trailer, is that air can kind of get behind that side ramp, move that side ramp, allow air in here, freeze stuff up, rattle, stuff like that. But they use such heavy duty weather stripping on this side ramp and the rear ramp on this Logan coach. You're never gonna have to worry about weather getting through that door, wind ripping that door, anything like that. I mean, it's probably the most heavy duty weather stripping I've ever seen. Really cool product they use. And again, same caliber ramps with your flip up covers for your gaps and stuff like that. Floor drain right here at the front. Again, so if you're on a little bit of a downhill drying sleds off, you have the option of both drain here in the front and drain in the back. So keep moving down. We do have our man door here on our driver's side right next to there. LED lighting throughout, and I'll show you guys a good shot of that lighting as we get to the back of the trailer. We do have max air fans. You'll have this controller that is mounted here. You can also take it with you to control your roof fans in this trailer. You will have two max air vents. You're gonna have one right here above the camera, one here towards the rear of the trailer. But as you can see as we're panning, this trailer is lit up. This is not standard lighting in a trailer. Standard lighting in a horsepower, you're gonna get a couple LED lights, but we have our two roof lights. We have our top rail lights. We also have some toe kick lights down low. I mean, this trailer is super lit up. When we get to the outside, I'll show you some cool lighting options we have as well. Here on our driver's side, oil can holder. So again, you can throw your oil can up here. This is a removable paper towel holder, rag holder, you know, wiping stuff down. Logan really likes their easy to use benches. So again, another bench. If you have, you know, you're hauling 3 sleds in here, you're working off these benches, you have a great place to set. If you need to, the cool thing I like about this bench is it's positioned kind of close to this roof pulley. I don't want to call it a pulley, hook. But if you needed to lift the, you know, rear end of your sled up to work on the track, the front end if you're working on anything, it almost works out that if you lifted that rear track up, you can work off your sled off this bench, kind of do stuff. So that's what that pulley system's for as well. If you needed to lift an end up of your sled and work on it, diagnose something while you're out in the field, you can do it in here in the heat while you're sitting down, have a nice place to hang out. We do have hooks below this cabinet as well. This is another one of those cabinets that is gas shocked. Plenty of storage. Below that, we do have our fuel station door. Pretty much everywhere you go in the mountains is going to have an extra long hose to be able to, you know, fuel your sleds up. So it's really cool. You can pull up to a pump, run your hose through here, fuel all your sleds from the outside of the trailer. You don't have to worry about using cans, offloading them. Just really simple. Our GM goes snowmobiling all the time, and he really praises that door and how just easy it makes it to fuel sleds up while you're traveling. Another one of these storage benches, easily stored here out of the way. Be a nice place to hang out, get ready. Again, plenty of stuff. Keep moving our way back. You're gonna have another workbench here. Oil can holder up there, great place to store, you know, WD-40, some oil cans, spray cans, stuff like that, water jugs if you're hauling some water. You can see that kicker system up there. You will have 2 monosuit holders. These are gonna be your full length holders where they're not gonna touch the ground. You can hang up from the roof, turn that heater on, again, go eat dinner, come back, everything's dried off. If you're going for a lunch break, you can go eat lunch, come back, your sleds are melted, your clothes are melted, you're ready to roll and go to the next spot or just keep sledding for the day. And again, great view of how this trailer is kind of set up from the back now that we got everything open. Plenty of lighting, plenty of plugs, plenty of workspace, plenty of benches. I mean, he really decked the inside of this trailer out. Again, that solar panel on the top to run everything. Really, really cool system. With a lot of cool lighting aspects. You can see we have the LED lights on the back. We're gonna get into some kind of cooler stuff on the outside of this ride trailer. So we have 2 big LED light strips on the back. We have more wrapping around this other side on our entry doors and stuff like that. Coming around to our driver's side, again, same awning type here, window. I would suggest, again, if you are running that big heater, it's probably best to crack one of those awning types. That's probably your best source of air. Fuel door below that, again, super easy. If you're pulled up to the pump, you're filling your vehicle up at the front pump, run your hose to this back door, fuel your sleds here at the back pump. Keep working our way down. Good outside look of that man door. Big LED strip light above that. It's hard to see in the daytime, but this is a lighted grab handle here. Fold up step, it's gonna save you about 18 inches of stepping into this big lifted trailer. Again, we lift them like that to give you guys that off-road clearance while you're traveling into those hard to get to spots. On our man door, we have the same awning type window up high. We do have our keypad, key code lock here on the doors. You don't have to worry about carrying keys with you all day. If you wanna lock this up while you go sledding for the day, all you gotta do is remember the code. You don't have to worry about what pocket you stuck those keys in while you're out sledding for the day or anything like that. Good outside look of this side ramp. Again, it is caliper gripped. We have our covers, we have our drain covers. Big LED light above that. Cool thing about this is you know, you're the front sled, people are working on their rear sleds, they're not ready to go yet. You can jump your front sled off this side ramp. If you're on the rear, you can jump your rear sleds off. It just gives you more versatility. Again, we have people that never use side ramps or say, hey, I want to get a trailer without a side ramp. If you're one of those people, you can just keep the side ramp closed, you don't have to use it, or we can order you one without the front ramp. Again, we just like to make it as versatile as possible for you guys to fit as many situations, and Chris did a great job of designing all the lighting in this trailer. It's a super, super cool setup, especially if you see it in a dimly lit place or early morning, late night. This trailer really shines. Get up here to our front, kind of our more mechanical stuff. We have our propane tanks with our propane cover. Again, this is gonna operate your heaters inside. Hydraulic jack with a key, so again, you can take that key with you. You don't have to worry about someone being able to operate this jack while you're not there. 2 5/16 heavy duty adjustable coupler. Again, you can also adjust the coupler on your truck, but you also have the ability to adjust this coupler on the trailer. We have our safety pins and our 7-pin connection here. So again, super cool trailer. We're excited about all the features on this trailer. We're excited to have Chris represent this trailer and represent Logan Coach and be able to push this product from such a great company and a great person. If you're interested in this trailer, the stock number is 5N250913. Again, it's a 2026 Logan Coach horsepower. This is the Chris Burandt Edition. This is the 25-foot bumper pull. We have a couple other color packages in this 25-foot setup. We also have some gooseneck setups. We have more on order. So again, we can kind of put you guys in whatever setup you guys need. If you're interested in this trailer, maybe some other horsepowers we have coming in, feel free to give me a call. Again, my name is Tanner here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Phone number is 303-684-3409. Thanks for tuning in.